Hello, everybody. Oh, gosh, that's a bit husky.
That was a bit good grief. Yes.
I'll be on an 0898 number before we... Hello, everybody.
You've got to make a living now.
Yeah. Ladies Wot Pod, episode 35 gets off to its usual chaotic start. Hello, Liz. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Yes. Oh well, I know I'm not. I am, as I was telling earlier, somewhere in a place beyond tired because I have been on full granny duty and 3 nights in a caravan outside of Great Yarmouth with 2 small boys, and then looking after them yesterday, looking after them today, and just very, very. And culture vulture by going to the proms last night.
Oh, well, so, yes. And can I say, I'd like to. Obviously, you're still in South Northants, aren't you?
Yeah, I am still in South Northants.
And you're still chair of the Saints Supporters Club. Just checking a few things.
I'm still chair of the Saints.
I can tick that one off the list.
Although, sorry, yes.
I'm just and can I say, you look magnificent in your new Saints top. Very nice with the new crest and everything.
Well, they've done it in such a lovely green that suits us gingers, as George Hendy said. We're in. This is very good. So I felt I had to treat myself. So
very good. Well, mine is all ready to go upstairs. It's a bit hot here in Cambridgeshire, so I've got a Nick Heath special. Do you remember these? This is Spaniel Speedway when he did his. He was doing You Join Us Live during COVID. This was Spaniel Speedway. Yes. So
Hoglog.
All those great quiz days. Yes. So I'm still Claire Jones, and I'm still in Cambridgeshire, and I still have a camera stuck to my face. More of that shortly.
And a new red hat.
We talked about my new red hat, which did have another outing, at the Blakiston. More of that in a moment. And the elephants arrived. Dr. T's crashing. What's going on there? Anyway, yes. So I am still in Cambridgeshire, and all is well. Even if my husband's trying to take the front door off its hinges. So why don't we start with talking about pre-season, because it's been very busy.
It has been very busy. I mean, I did get to see a bit of one of the earlier pre-season training sessions when everybody was getting very hot and sweaty. But looking good.
They are looking good.
All these people that you don't recognise because they've changed their haircut, or
I still can't recognise them.
Or they're people you don't know. Some of them, to be fair.
I came back from holiday, and went to the Blakiston, and I thought to myself, no, I've still got no idea who half of them are. I can't separate, and I apologise for the young men concerned because they're probably going, well, I don't look anything like him. Johnny Vyman and Billy Pascoe and Lewis, I think it's Lewis Haley. Louis Haley. The three. Archie Benson and Ollie Hull. Ollie's with the under-18s at the minute. No, I can't. The good news is Ollie's haircut is now slightly different to Archie's, so I'm just about okay there.
I think it's an age thing, Mrs. J. I have to say, you get to a point where all young people start to look the same.
Yes. Well, I even called poor Beltus Tarek the other day. What's going on there? What am I up to there? That's just out of order. Tarek, who's sporting a very sleek haircut, like no hair. He's gone completely streamlined.
So all the blonde has gone now.
The blonde has gone. We've gone to no hair whatsoever.
Beltus is like he's taken somebody's eye out with his marvellous dreads.
Well, exactly. So how on earth could I muddle that? I mean, it was just like, what are you doing, Claire? I mean, anyway, senior moment. Yeah. So the pre-season has been incredibly busy and finished as the current block finished on Friday with the Blakiston Challenge. At Castle Ashby House. I noticed there wasn't as much sheep poo on the run-in as there was last year. That was why. Yeah, there was a lot of sheep poo last year, but not this year. So clearly the sheep have been ushered out to one side, and But it was incredibly hot. And, of course, they have to do this long run out through the field. And then they come back into the walled garden where they carry 50-kilogram bags and 20-kilogram bags up. And then, I think it's 100 metres, each one 100 metres. And they have to carry 5 one way and then 5 the other way. And then they have to go back out on a run again. And even just watching it exhausts me. And this, of course, is to remember Freddie Blakiston. We had some sad news. Michael Jeans sadly died. He was Freddie's nephew. But the good news is his son had been a regular attendee. So we were joined by his son, and it was lovely. And his name... is it James? Oh, that's very bad of me. If you look on the Saints website, it's on there. He's a charming man. And he's clearly passed the baton on because both his sons were with him. So we've got, Mr. Blakiston, Lord Blakiston will be remembered. Yes, and the lads were absolutely loving it and looking slightly querulous at the very large bags that were being carried up and down. Yeah. So yes. What I can report is, is there anything else you want to say about? I was going to say hunting calls about the pre-season before we talk the detail of the Blakiston.
I don't think so. Just how they look to be getting well stuck in when I saw them, and I'm loving the new training kit, and just loving the vibe that I got, and watching the coaches lay down the law and doing stuff was quite good fun. Then I wandered off.
You wandered off, and they still had to keep going.
Yeah. Yes. They're
not allowed to wander off.
No.
Radders has got new things involving pea canes now. That seems quite,
They were doing something with canes.
Yeah, run forward, lift up, run back, lift up. Yeah, so Radders is getting quite complicated with his kit. They and it's fascinating watching the academy lads blossom. The change in them is just extraordinary. That they are playing with the first 15, the first match day 23, that everybody together. The benefits, as we've talked before, are just significant. They're just brilliant, the way it works. And of course, they do the Blakiston Challenge as well. So nobody, just because you're a new bug, you don't get let off. They all look slightly nervous in their little group, talking to each other beforehand. But they got stuck in. And Billy Pascoe surprised everybody by winning the first group, because they go out in 2 groups. There's too many of them to do them all in one go. Mm-hmm. And so he won the first group. But the second group, of course, was won by Archie McParland, who clearly wanted it.
Yes.
He described it to me that he'd been thinking about it for a year.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he did not like the fact that Finn beat him last year. And I'm thinking, you're 19. That's quite an attitude.
That is a very healthy attitude, I feel, if you're a competitive sportsman, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
is he 19 or is he? He's not 20 yet, is he?
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah. I thought was right. Yeah, but he.
I think they've still got. I think he and Henry have still got another year in the under-20s.
Yeah. So he desperately wanted to win it, and much to Charlie Savala's chagrin, because Charlie thought he had him on the hill up to the finish, and no, Archie pulled away.
Well, I've been looking at those photographs of Archie. I barely recognised him. Well, mainly because he's now got a slightly more sensible haircut, but he just seems to have grown into himself. He's so much more hench, as the young people say.
Oh, is that the word now? Hench.
Well, hench. Well, I don't know. It may not be. It was the word.
You may have said something very rude and not realised it.
No. It was the word several years ago for.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's certainly, unless it's radically changed. It was that's when you bulked up and but yes.
So I would say that if people worry that the players don't engage with the Blakiston Challenge, they don't need to worry, because they want it. They want to win it. And there are lots of mini prizes, I'm going to call it, because you don't win that many points for winning it. Yeah, it struck me that the prize giving, of course, you get your name on the board and the hunting board, which, Archie, really, one day somebody's going to learn. Anyway, it was hopeless. So, I mean, you think about it. Alex Cole's had 2 years and he still didn't manage it. Anyway, so yeah, no, not good. But they get points for their mini teams. Boydie came up with this idea of the mini teams.
House system,
the house system, and you've got the best hooker, the best prop, the best lock, the best back rower. So you can. There's a lot of prizes at stake, and so everybody's got something to run for, and they do. The second group all appeared together. It was like, no. Can you just slow down? I can't get all, because of course they all want photographs of them battling up with their bag. So I'm just like, I can't be in two places at once. So yes. So I would say that second group, and you have people like Tom James, Tom Seabrook, Toby Tame. My God. Yeah, they were battling for it. They really, really wanted it. So, it was, and it's not just about Robbie Smith. He'd only just come back from being an international, for God's sake.
He didn't need to be back, did he?
No, but he was going to run it. So. Yeah, he was going to run it. So Scottish Trev, yes, did brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. Yeah.
Oh,
so the Black, and it's actually, as a photographer, my busiest event, because when you've got all those players and they all want photos, and they don't just want the run across the field, they also want the bag carrying and the running up the so it's quite busy, and I've got quite a few galleries that I haven't shared yet that I've got to get out to them, so a lot of photos.
Good.
So the internationals were out this week, weren't they?
Yes, but I was going to go back to the Blakiston challenge.
Oh, sorry.
There was one notable absence, you told me. Our DOR.
Oh, yes. Well, I have to say congratulations to Jamie Bethel, who is our development manager from the RPA. He ran it. Good on you, Jamie, and did very, very well. In fact, he obviously was so relaxed about it all, he had time to smile at me. No, Douse was somewhat cross because he had a calf injury. They couldn't do it.
I feel your pain, Douse, son. I've been a martyr to calf.
I've forgotten about your calf injury.
Yeah.
How could I forget? It held you back from walking rugby for most of last season.
Walking rugby stardom was in my grasp, and then, or not.
So and Douse does put in a pretty good time when he does it. Vesti was, he was shifting. He was working hard. So they like to run the course, and it does two things. One, it proves that everything's in order and they're good to go. But in actual fact, it also proves to the players if the coaches can do it.
Yeah.
So So well done to everybody.
So just talking about pre-season, I had a close encounter with one of the young men in Sainsbury's, nearly closer than I wanted to be honest.
Was there nearly an accident?
There was nearly a splatted half of Ladies Wot Pod, to be honest.
No! Who is this person who put you at risk?
Ruben Logan! Oh my God, he's huge. He is.
Ruben, what are you doing?
To be fair, I'd only gone in with my trolley because I needed.
It's a very good trolley. For those of you listening on Spotify, Liz is demonstrating her trolley action. It's very good.
So I was sort of wandering with my trolley, and I'm not all there when I'm in a supermarket anyway. Fortunately, I was, because I'd only just gone in, and he'd picked something up from the snack section and was either looking at the ingredients or was on his phone. Wasn't looking where he was going. And I thought, oh bloody hell, he's heading this way, and I would have stand here, and he can either walk into me or go around me because I've got a trolley. I'm not that nimble. So I thought if I brace myself, the trolley's going to get it and we'll all be fine. Anyway, he looked up seconds from disaster and apologised and sidestepped and went off on his merry way. And I didn't say, "Excuse me, young man, do you know who you've nearly smooshed?" Half of Ladies Wot Pod, because I thought that might cause an incident.
Oh, a near miss. What would we have done?
But my goodness me, I thought he was quite, a strapping chap when he signed for us. But now he's like a lookout house, isn't he?
He's huge. Yes,
he is huge.
He's very huge. He's very. In fact, we've got a lot of huge players. Archie Benson's no slouch.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Archie's no slouch. Callum Hunter-Hill's like, whoa! Yes. And of course we have our very own Tom Lockett, who's not exactly, small.
Not small. George Smith.
So we've got a lot of tall players. Yes.
I don't know why.
Oh well, I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad Ruben didn't splat you, because that could have been,
He didn't splat, and he was.
Mind you, his punishment could have been standing in for you in the pod, because that could have been hilarious.
Yes, interesting.
Yes.
Given his DNA, he probably would have done it better. You may never have had me back, so maybe a good thing.
I think. Can you imagine the bants in the back row?
I can't even go there with that.
Yes.
When you say bants, abuse. I think
abuse. Yes. I was being polite.
Beyond bants.
So the return of the internationals, they're all back.
Yes.
I haven't seen any of them because I haven't been in this week. I've been doing the day job.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll see them next week. Everybody else is on their holidays, So they got, because they did they've got. I think there was one session for the rest of the squad, but all the internationals is like, get back to the grindstone. So they've been doing all their first week of pre-season as a group. And of course, when we say the internationals, it's England, Scotland, and the under-20s, who are, of course, the world champions.
Yes, world champions. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, the grit and determination they showed in a lot of their matches, and what a couple of stars, actually, in Craig and Henry.
Don't forget Tobes. Don't forget Toby Cousins. Tobes. Yeah. Can I say congratulations to Rugby Pass? I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, Liz. They've done a really good documentary about England in the World Cup. It's really worth. They interviewed really good interviews with the players, and it was obviously filmed during the event. It's definitely worth watching. It's on Rugby Pass TV, and I think they've done a cracking job. It's exactly the sort of content, as they call it these days, that we need to see about rugby union. Really, really good.
That's very exciting, and given that I think that they've all got another year in the under-20s as well.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if they might have outgrown their play togs, and they'll want to play with the grown-ups.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of them. I think we know which ones.
Yes.
Having a run in the Premiership Rugby Cup. I have no inside knowledge.
Oh, yeah. No, we'd be foolish not to be honest. I think it's about now making that transition, because we have seen it in the past where people have been absolutely flying under 20s and then don't quite make that leap up. So I think it's about managing expectations and just bringing them on, that it's not a bright flame that flickers and goes out.
And of course Archie would be part of that group as well, and Archie and Henry made their debut on that wet night. Was it wet? I think it was wet at London Irish, where I think they had to get permission from their head teachers to actually play.
Well, they probably would have done.
Yeah,
they probably would have done.
Yeah, they were both 17.
Yes.
Yeah,
because when Henry made his Premiership debut was at Tigers, and he was only 18 then. So yeah. Gosh,
time flies when you're having fun. 2022.
Terrifying.
It is terrifying. And then the other thing that's happened in the hello.
I was going to say, can I just talk of returning of the internationals? Of course, we did have that lovely Ladies Wot Pod with Alex Coles's mum. Hi, Olivia.
Yes, and Claire. Yes, we did. Yes.
She was so worried that Alex might not speak to her ever again.
I want to know if she got any sight of the photos, the holiday snaps.
Yes, has she?
Have the holiday snaps appeared? We need to know. Julia.
Has he told her he's home?
Olivia, tell us. Please tell us. And I'm not renaming you, honest.
But yes, and Alex talked to your mother from time to time. Yeah, we do appreciate it. We don't. Yes, so so that would be interesting today. And welcome back, you international chaps.
Yes, welcome back. Well played. Now get back on the grindstone.
Including Manny, who went all the way to New Zealand to go on a wine tour.
Yeah, basically go on a wine tour. Yes. Very strange.
Well
yes,
done, that boy.
And of course he has been in training. He came back and got straight in there, bless him. So yes, and I can recognise the likes of Luke Green. I don't have a problem there. Luke Green being our San Diego prop.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's
So
and our new Australian. He must think that the world is like Australia with it being so hot since he joined us. And not like James Ram going, oh, it's hot, I've become English.
Yes. Although James did very well on Friday. He did well. Yeah. Josh did well. He battled hard. I think he was the best back rower. So he was battling hard. Yeah. And I'm hoping, because given the feedback that I got from a certain forwards scrum coach.
Oh, yes.
I'm hoping that as a result of this pre-season, we do know the shape of our D. And I think with Rada's new P-canes and other things, I'm hoping that the shape becomes more obvious because you've got the P-canes. So,
P-canes can form the shape of the D. Can a D be hexagonal?
Exactly. So I think the first game against Leinster is going to be fascinating.
Oh, I can't wait! I'll be watching the shape of the D. I've been watching it for a season. I'm none the wiser. To be honest.
Well, because we hadn't got Fraser to tell us, have we? Because he was off,
Well, he was there for some of the last season.
No. I mean, we hadn't got doing pre-season. I mean, that's probably why we haven't known.
We haven't
had Fraser there. Right.
Now, Fraser, we need to know now you're back.
Absolutely. What's the shape of the D, Fraser? And then, of course, in club news, we have some very exciting news.
We have super exciting news. And really, I think just such, again, clever appointment of the new CEO. And hats off to Mark Darbin. What an amazing place to be going. You never know when we might appear to go and play on the Himalayas. Where is the Darbin?
The Ladies Wot Pod waving at his office. Oh, I found out something actually. So the place I was staying, the chap who owns the couple that own it, the chap plays in what's called Town versus Club, I think it's called, which is where the residents in the area play members of the board of the RNA.
Oh.
Yes. So and then they're hosted at I think it's a lunch or a dinner or something. But they play the old course with the board, and then they go and have a chat. So I said, well, if you end up on the same table,
sidle up to this new CEO
as Mark Darbin, you just mentioned, you've talked to the Ladies Wot Pod, and and send him our best wishes.
Yeah.
So he said he would. Yeah. So, but I think we should stand on the Himalayas. For those people who don't know what the Himalayas is, we're not talking about mountains in Tibet. We are talking about the best putting greens in the world. They're the funniest you can do. Great fun. But the best thing is you can have your photo taken. It looks like you're playing the old course. But in actual fact, you paid, what was it, £3 to play on the Himalayas? Brilliant.
Which is the most entertaining golf ever, because you're all playing so close together and it's also challenging. You make
friends all over the course because all the holes are within about 15 feet of each other. So yes, you've got lots of friends by the end of the round. Yes, unlike on the old course. when
But
you're usually in a gorse bush.
Yeah. So Mr. Darban is moving on to things different. I can say
Indeed.
higher things, well, northern things. And his replacement is Julia
Chapman.
I suddenly had to panic then. I'm thinking it's Chapman. No, I'm very tired.
You are very tired. It's Julia Chapman, who currently is the CFO and is moving to... Well, actually, no, I don't think she's the CFO. She's the Chief Operations Officer. So she'd already moved once into the COO role, and now she's moving into the CEO role.
So we have a female CEO. We also have female chairman of the Supporters Club, and we also have female vice chairman of the Supporters Club. So as I sent a note to Mark Darban and saying the monstrous regiment of women is taking over. So things will be organised. That's all I can say. Organised.
And we've got the Ladies Wot Pod.
And we have the Ladies Wot Pod, so that's not organised at all.
Yes. Actually, and you've also got a female team manager. You've got a...
To be fair, we do vaguely organise it.
Yeah, look. Yeah, little notes. Yeah, we do have... We also have a very successful female team manager.
We do. And I'd just like to point out, organised glasses matching top. Just like
they do, don't they? Oh, it's getting very good. Well, so it's great news that Julia understands the fabric of the club. She understands how this place ticks, so it's great. I really must stop ignoring her, which is what I normally do, because I'm... Poor woman. The number of times I've blanked her. Hello, Claire. Oh, sorry, Julia.
You better change.
I better change. Boss now. Well, she was the boss before. Yes. Yeah. So great news. And Mark will still be with us until November. December on the old course.
Ooh.
Not a great time to start. So we'll be well into the season before, so there'll be a good handover. Mind you, as I say, Julia rather knows the club, so...
Yes, it's not really like handing over to a complete stranger, is it? It's
exactly.
So it's really good. So welcome. She's welcome. She's here anyway. It's just a moving, shifting offices, I suppose, is all it is.
Moving around the corner, yes. So the fixtures are now finalised, aren't they? So
yes, they are. Yes.
So we've got Tigers, Nottingham, and Coventry. Some very traditional games in amongst that lot.
They are very traditional. You could have actually pulled any fixture list sort of pre the mid-90s, and you would have found those names on the Saints fixture list, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
So that is really...
We're going back to the old days. It's fantastic. What I would say, and you and I were talking about this before we started recording, is Valentine's Day at Lady Bay in the dark is going to be an interesting fixture.
What could say romance more than a Friday night in February in Nottingham, really?
Hold on, that's where Dr. Jones went. That's where the IT department went. Mining engineering at Nottingham. Yes,
exactly. So that does.
And you know what they say. You take your girlfriend to Friday night goose fair, and your wife to Saturday. So Friday night.
The goose fair, the goose fair's in September.
It's October, yes.
Yeah. So
that's when Saturday night and Sunday morning is set, isn't it? Around goose fair.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
Alan Silito, for those of you who the book and the
one of the kitchen sink dramas.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, and I can do the opening sequence of it. 950 bloody 9. When he's anyway. No, we're not doing that.
No. Let's focus. So yes. So
what Dr. T calls one of the Grim Up North films. Anyway, right.
Should we mention the others? Should we get the others out of the way?
Loneliness of a Long Distance Runner. A Taste of Honey. And Saturday Night, Sunday Morning.
The one with Kippers.
Oh, what's the one with the Walter Mitty character? Oh, I guess. Could somebody put in the comments? Yes.
Oh, Billy Liar.
Billy Lie. There you go.
Oh, what's the one with James Mason and the kippers? Where she won't eat the kippers and he's the father and he keeps serving them up and it's because she's pregnant. Is that Tasty Funny? No, that was Rita Tushingham.
That's
Anyway,
Rita Tushingham. Yes.
Yeah.
And the woman who played her mother had an affair with one of my family.
Blimey.
Yeah, there's a revelation.
Yeah.
Mother. It wasn't an affair, Claire. Yes, it was, Mother. That revelation, that startling revelation, you've got to work out who it is, and nobody knows who my relative is, so it doesn't really matter.
No, I think they're probably both dead.
I don't think I'm going to find myself on the front cover of The Sun, am I? Right, thank God. Yes, anyway, so yes, Nottingham is going to be interesting. They're home and away, which I think is really good.
That's nice.
Yeah. And we start at home at the Gardens.
Only away or only home.
Well, a bit like more of Investec Champions.
It upsets my whole.
I am going to talk about the Investec Champions Cup because I've got a bone to pick with EPCR.
Hold on.
Hold on to that.
So
now Bedford on the other hand, have got Ampshill, Bath, and Bristol Bears because they've got a sort of split. So there's a West Country derby bit and a Battle of Bedfordshire bit. So
weird.
Yeah, that's the weird group. Everybody else is a bit local derby.
With Saracens then.
Well, some pools. Oh, it must be Quins and looks like London Scottish. It can't be London Scottish. It must be London Scottish or Ealing Trailfinders or somebody.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, well, it's poor old Bedford. Never mind. But they've got a friendly against Saracens this Friday.
Week on Friday. No, the 6th, the day before our pre-season against Leinster.
This Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so PRC. We look forward to that because that is quite often a chance to see some of the youngsters, and then try and work out fix that face to that name.
Well, I'm hoping they've got hair by then.
Always helpful. Do you want to explain that?
Well, I think we mentioned it last time. And I have to say, this bunch of academy lads are absolute superstars because they decided, because the club had got rid of the idea of you had to shave your head, a bit like joining as a GI. They got past that. They thought of it as a forfeit if you didn't do something in the academy, but no, they all came in day one. Obviously, they've been talking on the WhatsApp. Day one, they've shaved all their heads. I mean, it was a total nightmare for me. It's like, So I took to calling everybody Johnny Vyman, which Billy Pascoe and Louise Haley, as I said last time. So, but they decided to keep that tradition going. So good on them, is all I can say.
Well done, the academy lads.
Well done, the academy lads.
Some of those in the autumn.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll start to see them in the pre-season games, of course. Both for Bedford and for Saints, and it'll be a great chance for the coaches to see how the new bugs run. I know that Fergs was having loads of fun with his new charges. The poetry was flowing on the scrummaging that I saw just before I went on holiday. I thought, pre-season's really started now. Yes. So and so you've got the likes of Sonny Tonga. There's a packing down with Nathan and I don't know who was on the other side. Was it Luke Green? Might have been. Yes. So we've got some new faces and brilliant, utterly brilliant.
Lovely.
And of course, Big Trev was being Big Trev.
Always Big Trev.
Yes. I think he was annoying the hell out of. I think he was annoying the hell out of James Ram by sprinting past him. Anyway. Oh yes, there was a bit of bounce on Instagram. Yeah, a bit of
about
bounce.
that. I mean, I think one thing about Big Trev is he is Big Trev. He is just what he is, and I suspect he never changes, which is a really wonderful thing because we love Big Trev. We'd love him more probably if we could understand what he was saying, but Don't ever change, Big Trev. We love you.
Never change, Big Trev. You are Big Trev.
Yeah. So.
And we Trev is always we Trev.
Yes.
Our Scottish correspondent. I haven't seen Elliot, by the way.
Well, he'll only have been back this week, won't he?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
I'm looking forward to. I'm going to have to come along to training and catch up now they're all back.
Oh yes. It'll be fun seeing everybody together again.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, the Wheelchair Rugby team. It's a big period of time for them because this weekend they're in Norfolk at one of the Development League events. All the details are on the Saints website and Saints social media. Looks a really strong team that we're sending, and actually some new players are getting some really good game time. So Jamie's doing his usual star turn, getting everybody. And it's really great to see how the club is coming on. They've got a lot of new players, and they're really enjoying themselves. Betting, and so it's great. It's great to see.
I was going to say the wheelchair team is Saints Supporters Club. We've got a donation from the past season to give to them. And also, they are one of our chosen support charities, wherever they are, for next season as well. So
this season now. It's not
this
next
season now. Yeah, this coming season. Season.
We're in it. It starts on the 1st of July.
Yeah, no, well, it doesn't though, does it? Everybody knows it doesn't start till the pre-season friendlies. Well, actually, the first game at home.
Well, I'm glad the players think it started. Otherwise, we'd be in real trouble.
Yes, well, they would. But I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about
the supporters. So back to Wheelchair Rugby, guys. They're playing Norfolk Knights and Coventry Stampede. So it should be. And Coventry and Saints do like battling with each other. There's always a good game there. So good luck to everybody there. And then they're all off to Paris. Some of them are off to Paris because, of course, it's the Paralympics. And Team GB are the current Paralympic champions. So I think Jamie and some of his cohort are heading over to Paris to watch. And I hope it goes well. Having watched earlier in the season, last season in Cardiff, it's been quite fun seeing the Americans. So NBC have been advertising the Paralympics because I follow them on X, Twitter, whatever it's called. And the guys who were playing in Cardiff are getting a lot of love from NBC. So it's fascinating. Oh, I took photos of him.
Well, good luck, Team GB. Well, good luck to the wheelchair guys this weekend. And good luck to Team GB, all of you, in the Paralympics. I think we've got some swimmers from Northamptonshire as well.
Oh, yeah, we've got, yeah. It's Kadina Cox is always one that I've followed. Got a lot of time for Kadina Cox. Anybody who can run the 400 metres and cycle in the velodrome is all right by me.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we should say, talking of people who do two sports.
Oh, I know, yes.
George Hendy and his double 100. What's all that about?
Yeah, rapidly becoming a national media tart.
Complete media tart.
Yeah. Not content just with Radio Northampton or being mentioned on the Ladies Wot Pod or anything like that. No. We've now gone Fleet Street, which doesn't exist anymore, but yeah. Yes, so and you found his interview quite fascinating, even though it was in the Daily Mail.
Yes, because he revealed. Well, you and I sort of witnessed this firsthand because he revealed what happened on the first day of training. According to the Daily Mail, and George's article, he apparently Dowse took them all to St James's Church, which is not a surprise because it's part of the history of the club and a long association with the club because, of course, the Reverend Wathan Wiggs improvement class happened there for 6 months on a wet Wednesday. So Dowse clearly took them there because it's a key part of the club. And apparently he placed on the altar the trophy.
Ooh.
And he said, look at it. It's the last time you see it because this group didn't win it.
Ooh. I like the psychology of that, I must admit.
You've got to go out there and win it again.
And with this group.
With this group. That was that group?
Yeah.
Now we've got to win it with this group.
Yeah. So it's like Trigger's broom, really, isn't it?
Well, given Dr. Jones once broke the Heineken Cup.
Did he?
Yes, the top fell off. Not the lid. Do you know there's a sort of vine leaf handle thing on the top?
Yeah.
Well, he managed to break it off. What he didn't know was it already had broken off and somebody had blue tacked it back on. So
Oh, great. Yeah.
if you look closely at our copy of the Heineken Cup, you can see it. Yes, so Dr. Jones broke the Heineken Cup. Yes, so hopefully we haven't broken the Premiership Cup.
The internet, is it? Really? It's...
So yes, now walking rugby.
Walking rugby. Well, it's been our closed season.
Have you got into pre-season training yet?
No, I think we're starting back again. I don't think it's tomorrow. I think it's next week.
Excellent.
I did see young Callum, and he did tell me, but I didn't. Obviously, went in one ear and out the other because
that was worth him telling you. Then
it was Monday night. I'd only just got back from Great Yarmouth and was about to go into the Saint Supporters Club committee meeting.
Those sandcastles have done you a mischief, I tell you.
That and the Anglo-Saxon village on the way home. And drumming in the Anglo-Saxon. My life is just one long world.
It is, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Blimey.
Today I've been riding on a steam train. Looking at trains that are now museum pieces that were sort of commonplace even in my teens and early 20s.
That hurts. That hurts.
Pretty blasted depressing, I tell you.
That hurts. It's like the computer museum at
Bletchley
Park. And Tim and I stand there and go, hold on a minute.
Yeah. You think it's bad for you? Well, you could imagine what my IT department's going to be like when we go there. That's going to break his heart. It's
heartbreaking. It's like, I remember programming one of those. Not that old, am I? Anyway.
Yeah, we are. It's like in Milton Keynes Museum, there's a switchboard that you can actually operate. And I went, I remember how to operate this. I had a job operating one of those. And
I actually ran the switchboard at Ford Motor Company in the UK. And when I took over the job, we had a very fancy Siemens switchboard at the head office, as it was then, in Brentwood. But in Dagenham, we had the old plug switchboard.
No, that's the one
that's the one you're talking about. Anyway, I'd only been in the job about a month, 6 weeks, and ITV, this bloke from ITV, rang me up and said, I understand that you look after the switchboard at Ford Motor Company. And I'm thinking, where's this going? And he said, you've got a plug switchboard at Dagenham. And I went, yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes. He said, I want to do a reenactment of a murder. And it used the sort of switchboard that... I said, oh, right, okay. And he said, but we need to take it apart. And I went, no. Can you imagine the plant manager going, why can't I make a phone call? Well, it's because of this bloke from ITV who's taken your switchboard apart. Yes. So, and they used to print out a phone directory that was a paper this size. Anyway, we digress.
So that was walking rugby. I think is starting back next Thursday. Not tomorrow.
Marvelous. So we're expecting to, and we want to know the shape of your D. Because we never did get to grips with it, apart from the fact that Sam Matavesi said it was hard work.
Yeah, I'm expecting the defence coach to come along to assess.
With his pea canes? Does he need to bring his pea canes with him?
No, he doesn't need to bring his pea canes. No, because I'm the defence coach. He'll just be one of the running around.
Excellent.
So that'd be interesting. So we might find that our D is a totally different shape.
Well, yes, we can have more than one shape. Oh, that would confuse the opposition. Oh, Forget just knowing one shape. We've got to go multiple shapes. And I hear that Towcester Under 10s are in training.
Pre-season training started week last Sunday, and they may or may not have had one this Sunday, but Harry wasn't there because he was in Great Yarmouth building sandcastles and learning how to surf.
Well, running in the sand's quite hard work. So
yeah. It was certainly keeping fit. So
so he's keeping. Oh well done, Towcester Under 10s. And will you have a second?
We will have it. We'll be. I think we're under sixes.
Alfie. Yeah.
Alfie will be under sixes.
Yeah, right.
With a bit more shape to that than the under fives. Then.
I love it that the fact that age the coach actually stands on the pitch.
Yeah, it'll be
like herding butterflies.
Was he under sixes last season? Yes,
oh no! Well, that's what we need to know. We need to know. Please, do find out which age group Alfie's going to be in.
He must be under sevens, going to under sevens, mustn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was under sixes last year. So yes,
he was under sixes. My mistake. He'll be under sevens coming this season, so a bit more shape to it. So yes. Halos. We are.
Oh yes, you're recruiting, aren't you?
We are recruiting new halos. So it was such a success, and the feedback was so positive, and for the questionnaires they send out. And we had a blast, but we need more halos, so it's not the same people having to do it at every game. Some of us still will do most games, but it just takes the response. And also we can have more places with people haloing. And now we're doing it as a proper launch, so we are offering car park passes as well as meal tickets. Still have the gold high-vis.
It's the gold high-vis that wins every time.
The gold high-vis, but we might be getting bobble hats.
Bobble hats?
Yeah.
God, the expense.
I know, but possibly green or black. We're not quite decided, but with a gold then circle, obviously. So you've got your halo there.
Very good, like it.
Cool is that? And the other thing is, we will be hoping to arrange a social event at the end of the season for
fantastic for all halos. Well, so Dr. T's very excited about it all.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to become a halo, if they email Saint Supporters Club or even drop a message somewhere.
Drop a message. You know where Red Hat Photo is. I'll pass any messages on. A bit of paper, whatever. Just get yourself, please volunteer, because it makes a massive difference to people visiting the club. We want to put our best halo forward. And welcome people to what is a magnificent rugby ground. Yeah.
And I certainly felt it made a difference. It was, great fun, and I offered to help lots of people. Some of them didn't want to help.
Well, that's great that it was such a success. We keep going. Now, Media Watch.
Yes.
So we've had news that we have a new TV.
Yes.
So the first things first, the Investec Champions Cup. Dear EPCR, please everybody go and look at the poster and spot who's missing. Leave that one there.
Okay.
Clue, green, black and gold.
Because we only made it to the semi-final.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's going on there? Anyway. And Saracens didn't. Just a minor detail. Anyway. Premier...
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a lot of rude words lining up there that even in my tired state, I have managed to filter. You'd be pleased to know.
I was like looking at this thing thinking, hold on. What's going on? Seriously. Anyway.
They hate us. Obviously.
Premier TV Sports have won the contract to show the Investec Champions Cup because TNT basically walked away from those negotiations and are now going to be showing England internationals in the autumn or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so we now have a new thing to subscribe to. We, of course, are all a bit fed up about it because it all used to be on TNT. Everybody who actually supports a club or region in the URC is really happy because they don't need their TNT subscription anymore because they've got everything on. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's hope the quality of their broadcast is somewhat better than what I saw last season. Their top 14 coverage was woeful.
Yeah.
Things didn't happen at the times that you thought they were going to happen. The highlights package would just disappear. Awful. So I'm hoping that things improve from where they were. Yeah.
Don't hold that much hope, but there you go. So,
Well,
anyway.
But EPCR, please fix the poster, all right? Yeah.
Well, they won't, will they?
No.
We know where we stand. Somewhere, not on camera, obviously.
Not on camera. We don't exist again. We've gone anonymous, which is why the Ladies Wot Pod came into being.
Indeed. Yeah.
And then last but not least, we ought to congratulate the Red Roses.
We ought to, yes. Yeah.
It's the 10th anniversary of the 2014 win.
Yeah.
And what an amazing team that was. Yes.
That was an incredible team, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of whom still play for, Loughborough Lightning, Emily Scarrett. And some of them are still playing in the league, so it's fantastic to see. Again, there's some really good documentaries about the about what happened at the World Cup. There's one just been released about it, so I'm going to have a watch of that. But my memory of it, now, were you there, Liz? Was they actually had this tiny trophy. It's like a mini trophy. And they walked it round the pitch at Adams Park or the Lost Causeway or wherever it was. Wasps. So Saints were playing Wasps, and they walked it round the pitch.
I don't think I was there. I might have been. To be honest, there's a lot of lost memories in the Lost Causeway because it took you so long to get in or out. You aged a lot. 2014. We did go to the Lost Causeway a couple of times.
We played in Lime Green, the infamous Lime Green, and at half time they paraded the cup round the pitch. I thought I was dreaming about it, and I was thinking, I'll have a check. So I got out the old archive, and there they were, marching around the pitch. So yeah.
I remember being there. Must have been the end of a season, and one of their coaches, Wasps coaches, was leaving, and they were trying to do. Oh yeah, your man. Who went to Wales and is now in France, and was married to Heather. Oh, their rugby league man. What's his name?
Sean Edwards.
Man, I am very tired. He was leaving, and they were trying to do this presentation, but we'd beaten them, so we were still singing on the terraces. It was all very lackadaisical. It was all very messy.
Very messy. Oh.
Yeah, and then we tried to get out of High Wycombe. Took forever. Probably still there.
Still there. Yeah. It's been a busy time, and we're about to get stuck back in. We're hoping to have a very special guest next week.
Yeah.
If we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Quite good fun. And in the meantime, I'm off to Goldington Road. Sherpa 2 has got some work for me to do. A long list of jobs. So yes. So Blackheath, come on, club. It's bizarre. No. Oh, this is a throwback. I mean, I was a student in London and went down to watch Newport play Blackheath because I'd been supporting Newport up until then, and I'm still scarred. I mean, I thought I was reasonably posh until I went to number one, Blackheath Rugby Club is so hard to get to from Sainsbury. Yes, I remember it being really hard to find it. And then, they were just. It was the first. I mean, I think the next time I experienced as much wine being drunk was when we went to Treviso. So,
well, that,
and where they put the prosecco in the hedge, but it was all a lot of white wine being consumed, and I wasn't used to this at rugby. It's like, what's going on here?
All very, very strange place. And suddenly, come on, club, and he's a club. So
come on, club. Okay, we still walloped them. That was the demolition tour of 94-95, where they carried Martin Bayfield over the line because he was the only member of the squad who hadn't scored.
It'll be interesting to see if they've changed, but I
doubt it. I think they'll still be shouting, "Come on, club!"
So those of you who those who don't recall the amateur days, if you want an insight into what some of it was like,
just get down to Goldington Road. And I have to say, the last time I was at Goldington Road, the pitch looked amazing. And then I saw the other day, I don't know what Sherpa 2, where he sent up a balloon or something, but the view from above, the pitch looked brilliant.
Might be a drone, then, do you think?
What? Maybe, because one of the S&C guys has got a drone, so maybe he persuaded him to give a photo of it. But no, I want to imagine Sherpa 2 in a balloon. If it's good enough for the French at the Olympics, what was that all about?
They carried up on a cluster of balloons.
The Montgolfier brothers, But it looked amazing. And I think a really good pitch will fool teams visiting because they won't see the slope.
No, it'll be like an infinity pool.
Yeah, exactly. They'll think, oh. And then all of a sudden they find themselves having to battle it. Yeah.
We will find out.
We'll find out on Friday for more fun and frolics. Yeah. So that was episode 35 of the Ladies Wot Pod. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much, Miss Jones. Bye.